Good morning, everyone. Dr. Victoria Scarbo here, speaking to you from the Seeds of Transformation Healing Center in Wareham, Massachusetts. Today, we're looking at the chart of February 18th, and we're looking at a chart this morning because we have a storm outside. It's very, very windy and very, very wet, so I decided not to brave the outdoors today. But I wanted to show you a couple of things that are happening today, and then some of the things that have happened. And every now and again, I like to look at the wheel because it gives us just a pictorial sort of perspective of what's going on in the heavens. So we have the sun at this moment in Aquarius. You see it's at 2950. There are 30 degrees in the sign. And so today is the day that the sun moves into Pisces. And so the sun is going to join Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. Now, in the Tree of Life on the Kabbalah, Pisces is on the sign of Pisces is found on the path between Netzach, which means victory, and Malkuth, which means kingdom. And so it goes from the Sephiroth of Venus to the Sephiroth of the Earth. And that path is often associated with storms. Since Neptune moved onto that path in 2011, we have had an increase in weather. Netzach is the place of the forces of nature. And when things are in Pisces, the forces of nature come directly to the earth. And so we can see an increase in weather events, actually, with that. So we are going to have, for about 30 days, the sun along with Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces. So we can expect more crazy weather, more storms, and probably a whole lot more water. We do have these two planets conjoining. That occurs in April. So this process of expansion of the Piscean energy it will be very evident. Now, Pisces is an otherworldly energy, and so it brings in a sense of connectedness, but it can also bring confusion. And so direct connection to source, to spirit, to your spiritual lifeline, I guess we could call it, will be required at this time. We can see the nodes here in the south node in Scorpio, the north node in Taurus. We see that Pluto is in a trine. It was exact, I think, yesterday or the day before, the Pluto trine, but it is still in power. And we can see the moon here today at, what time is it here? 7:50. In a trine to the south, to the north node, and to Pluto. This brings flow. Energy of transformation into the future with practical considerations and practical action. This will not stay here the whole day as it moves into the next sign, Libra, that occurs just before, I think, 10 o'clock or just before 11 o'clock p.m. on the east coast of the U.S. We do have an opposition, as we do every month, between the Virgo moon and Neptune and Pisces. This brings awareness. Virgo is very practically oriented and earthbound, and Pisces and Neptune, of course, is very mystical. So this can bring mystical energy into your mundane affairs. It can bring confusion into your mundane affairs, and sometimes things can seem overwhelming because of the veritable scope and girth and breadth of Neptune. Neptune is is cosmic consciousness. Neptune rules the oceans. And so we can expect to see some ocean phenomena, perhaps that we did not know about, didn't understand, or certainly changes in that. And as we continue to ignore climate change, Neptune and Uranus and Pluto will remind us that there are things that we cannot control, we cannot put off, and we need to deal with. So, all right, I think that's what I want to say about today. We can also notice here that all the planets are direct. The only place you see the little r retrograde is the nodes, and the nodes have a mean retrograde motion, and they are not planets, so they're points in space. So there's a lot of things moving very, very quickly. I'm reminded of the Eight of Wands, the tarot card, the Eight of Wands, where everything is like, and we can see that even with all the stuff coming out about the ex-president. Everything just seems to be like pouring out now. And there's this energy of things just pouring out. And so you may be feeling this like this deluge. For me, it's come as a deluge of memory and a deluge of the past. And the reason for that on my chart is because my south node is at about 29 degrees of Aquarius. So that with the sun on there, the past comes up. It's illuminated in my chart. I was born in 61, so July of 61. So if you're born around that time, you may be experiencing this as well. Or if you were born in 1980, you could be experiencing this. Or if you were born in 1999, which you don't have that much of a past really, you may be experiencing this. Certainly not as much of a past as I do. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe. Thank you to all my viewers, all the comments. Check out my Pluto return if you haven't checked it out yet. And if you know anybody you think can be aided by this information, please share me. Have a great day and namaste.